Time to bring in my mommy squad tonight. Joining me tonight, Melanie Snare, host of Atlanta Mom, and Karen Parsons, the actress who played Hillary Banks in Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Now she's the founder of Mommy in Chief. And Catherine Connors, director of community, Babbel.com, and blogger, herbadmother.com. Welcome to you all. Oh boy. Well, should we start with the makeup or should we start with the tanning? What do we think here? Let's start with the makeup, okay? Melanie, what do you think here? I mean, is it harmless or are we doing something wrong if we're letting our little girls play makeup and wear makeup to church?
I think there's two sides of it. The first part is all little girls.
Tell me your side. I don't care about the two. I want Melanie's side.
So my side is I am all for my little girls playing with makeup at home and doing that and role playing and having a good time with it, but it stays at home. They don't go out looking like I do.
Why is that?
Because it's not acceptable. It's not age appropriate, and I don't want them to feel like at that early of an age that they need to have all this stuff on their face.
Karen, how old were you when you started wearing makeup in public?
When I started wearing it,
do you remember?
Probably too young to be wearing it, but I think I agree with Melanie in terms of, you know, if it's for play and role playing, you know, I don't have a problem with that. But when you're trying to impose your views of what's beautiful and how you think the public will perceive you to your child, you're putting that on your little girl at an early age. I mean, you're telling her that she needs to conform in this way, that she needs to do these things in order to be accepted and be beautiful. I think that's kind of twisted and really irresponsible as a parent. I mean, to go out in the world that way, I don't understand the message she's sending to her daughter.
Well, here's what Mommy had to say, and she said, this is her mommy confession. Ever since she could sit in front of my vanity, my daughter has loved makeup. She's begged for blush and pleaded for a little lipstick. And for the past 2 years, I've obliged her. I've been worried about teaching my daughter that she needs makeup to be beautiful, and yet I keep letting her put it on. So yeah, I let my toddler wear makeup, eyes, cheeks, lips, the whole thing. Catherine, is that a bad mother?
Well, I like to say that there's really, you know, there's no such thing really as a true bad mother. You know, I'm with the other ladies here that there's a big difference between playing with makeup, you know, and doing dress up and, you know, and gilding the lily and allowing or encouraging one's girls to treat makeup as something that they need to make themselves more beautiful. You know, my daughter.
Okay, call me crazy. I'm just a guy here, and anybody can jump down my throat at this point. I don't care, but you know, and I actually put makeup on to be on television, right? I put this makeup on, and you know, my children see me do it. But women, you go out. You know, it's a big night to go out. You get dressed up, and you guys are putting on makeup, right? You gals are putting on and every little girl wants to be mommy, right? So isn't it sort of like a mixed signal anyhow that's going out to all those little girls out there? Mel? No? Shaking your head no.
No, because there's a time for it. There's an age appropriate. Just like there's an age for you to be able to sit down and have a glass of wine or an age for you to be able to get a Facebook page. There's an age and a time that it's appropriate for you to wear makeup.
See, with boys, it's different, right? They watch daddy shave, right? And there is an appropriate time when they've got that ridiculous mustache like I had in high school, right? That's when it's time to start shaving. So Karen, you know, if we're getting dressed up, not we, but you guys are getting dressed up and putting the makeup on. I just put it on for television, and you're putting the makeup on to go out, and you look pretty, and then all of a sudden maybe your husband or someone says, "Wow, you look so pretty tonight, honey." I mean, that's the message that's going day in and day out.
Yeah, I understand, but I think that I agree with the whole age-appropriate thing. I mean, we want our kids to still understand that. I want my daughter to understand that she's a girl. She's a little girl, you know, and she can do all the great little things little girls can do. I don't want her to start crossing over into that line of trying to be a woman before she's ready, and to do the things that come along with that are appropriate. And for her, you know, I just think that that's a whole other realm psychologically. So many ways. I just think that it's, you know, no.
Let's not talk about makeup for a moment. Can we show the picture of the mom from Nutley, New Jersey, who likes to go tanning?
Oh.
Do we have? Let's take a look at her again. There she is. Hey, let's start here. Catherine, do you want to take a guess how old she is?
That's not a fair question because I'm going to guess that she's probably 10 to 15 years younger than she looks. We know that tanning is does terrible things to your skin and your health.
Well, here she is. She's saying, and it's not clear if the little girl went in or not. She's saying the little girl didn't actually go into the booth, but she's taking the little. Let's start here, Karen. She's actually taking her daughter with her to the tanning booth and then coming out looking like that afterwards. So should she be taking her to the tanning booth to begin? Let's say she's not taking her in there to actually get the raise that she's getting, but should she be taking her to the tanning salon?
I don't know what message she's sending by going for the look she's going for personally.
What is that look?
But how did the little girl get the burn?
Yeah, well, here's what she said. I heard her interview, and she said that it was the warm weekend that they had just recently in New Jersey, and they're doing some gardening, which is great. I encourage moms and daughters to do things together on the weekends. Melanie, what do you think about our tanning mom? Do you, if you're going to go tanning, how do you explain this to your child?
This lady baffles me. When I saw the picture, I honestly thought it was like a picture from a Saturday Night Live skit where they had put body paint on somebody as a joke. I can't believe that that's really her. Like, she clearly has some psychological issues. I think she has an addiction. Is there rehab for tanning?
I don't know, but we've got a lot more to talk about. I want to hear from the folks at home tonight. We got the Mom Squad here: Melanie Snare, Karen Parsons, Catherine Connors. Let's see what folks are saying on Facebook tonight. Brandy on Facebook. Every little girl I've ever known has loved to play dress up and wear makeup to act like an adult. It's not the end of the world. Melanie, how about that? Are we making too much? Can we be making too much of this? Is that possible?
I don't think it's the end of the world. I don't think I think there's definitely worse things going on from a parenting perspective. I agree with that. However, I still think that self-image, body image, all of it is a very big problem for kids. We see that with children that are anorexic or bulimic. They care too much about their appearance, and that's part of our culture today. So I do think it's an issue if you're starting your child at that early of an age and you're putting that, even though you're telling them you're pretty without it, if you're putting an emphasis on needing to do it for special events to be even prettier, I still just think it's too young.